Good morning. Have a very unflattering angle. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee. We have special guest Lola today. Hello. Let me know how the connection is because I am at a friend's house. As you can tell, I do not have a dog. And I'm on a different internet, so just let me know if it sucks. There we go. So yes, let me know how the internet is. It should be fine. I did a speed test. So yes, this is Lola. She is a special guest. She is very soft. I didn't get any notes made today, so woohoo! Oh, she's just the nicest. So I had to chase her yesterday because a cat was taunting her. It was very mean, wasn't it? Very mean kitty. So there was no Sunday morning coffee last week. No. It's just going to be me going, oh, I see you. Very nice, aren't you? Yes. So yeah, there was no Sunday morning coffee last week because I was at a festival. Dun dun dun. Dancing my head off to lots of 90s dance, which was very fun. So I did get away. I got away from it all. It's a very small amount of viewers this morning, which is suggesting I've done something wrong somewhere. Probably. Say hello in the chat if it's all normal, because it seems a bit odd, that's all. Maybe it's because I'm on time and people are used to turning up at past. Let me see, we're doing a little lick, are we? Here we go. There we go. They might be on holiday, this is true. It's gonna get on here. Yeah, look at your paw. What's been happening? Nothing! I've been having some horrible mental health issues. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. That will help. Yeah, I was 1 minute early. So I put a video up earlier in the week, and I put one on Twitter as well. That was just sort of explaining what was going on a bit, but not fully. So yeah. Oh. So one of the things I've got is, although it doesn't happen anymore mostly because I'm medicated, there's some pretty severe psychotic episodes, which sometimes somehow feels okay talking about because I've got a little dog here. You know, you're a big dog. Support those. Where I kind of call it hulking out because I kind of just disappear for a bit and some other weird creature takes over, and then I kind of have to like come round to the aftermath. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, it's a little bit like being possessed. So that's the worst, but that's what my my medication stops mostly. But if I'm particularly bad, I can start feeling on the edge of it, and then I start freaking out because I'm like, oh, it's going to happen. So I've been a bit like that, and I still don't feel better right now, although I feel okay because I'm with you. Yes, you're here. See? She is. She is. Like a little hand. So yeah, I'm okay right now, but I have not been good the last few months, and I have been getting progressively worse. And I don't like talking about the more severe aspects of it, but I feel I kind of need to, and it's getting to this sort of stage where it's starting to affect stuff. But I'll get there. It's just a bit like, yeah, mental health support in the UK sucks. So, oh. We should just give everyone a nice dog. Oh, yes. I'd love a dog, but they'd eat all my guinea pigs. You're a very good support team. Oh, you're a cat again, aren't you? You are. You are. So, what's been happening? So, as you can see, I am doge sitting. It's very easy because she mostly just sits. I haven't even got my coffee yet, have I? So sorry, I'm just freestyling it. Oh, she's just so nice. So I am house sitting. Yes, this is not my house nor my dog, though I am legally here. I haven't broken in, I swear, though I may steal her. She is deaf, which is why she's not reacting to me. Apart from when I get up, oh, you like it, oh, your door. So yes, what I used to do was come and dog sit for these friends quite a bit before the war, before the pandemic, and it was always really good to sort of reset my brain as well because I get to hang out with a dog. Their house is way nicer than my house, and I'd usually do some work, but in like a really chilled, away from everything sort of thing. And I've really missed that. And even though stuff's been really, 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 really crap lately, it's perfect timing when they asked me to do some Doge sitting. So this has been good. But I spent all of yesterday putting Renedra onto the website. I know, it was so long, wasn't it? I made some humorous videos yesterday about it in my delirium. Because what I tend to do is if I'm particularly bad, if I can just throw myself into something monotonous and not have to think about the world, then that's great. It's when I get stuck with my own thoughts. So I don't have a telly. These people do. So I have telly on and I brain. So I've got the telly on in the background and then I do some work. I spent the entirety right until when I went to bed last night putting Renedra up on the website. And yeah, I know. I love Renedra and Renedra people are excellent. But oh Lord, when I see them next, their pictures and website is so bad. The website's not too bad to be fair, but some of the info that's missing, the codes have changed. There's different codes across my suppliers and them, and there's this. But the biggest issue is not you. The biggest issue is the photos are all like this big, and when you click on them, they still stay this big, but they're photographed onto gravel. Why would you do that? I don't know why. I spent all of yesterday going, why are you doing this? Like, if you're really rushing around, I know I've released things where the pictures haven't been that great because I've kind of just wanted to get them out, but just whack them on a bit of white paper. Why? So I had some help on the other day, whatever that was, Friday, because I had to get, well, I started with the bases, so I'm going to do more next week. But we had to get all of the bases out of their packaging because they're in stapled packaging. So we have to undo the staples, get the product out, photograph the product, put it back in, restaple it over lots of them. So we just started with the bases, and the pictures you'll see on the website look so much better. I did whack a Squiddo on everything to stop other shops doing it. Other shops taking my pictures, which I don't normally mind, but because it was such a ball ache to get done, it's like, no, you're going to have to spend time as well. Although I do wish that I'd saved some. Oh, yeah, I wish that I'd saved some with without the Annie on. Because they're nice shops like Martin in that shop that we was talking to this morning. I forgot the name of your shop. Sorry, tell me the shop name again. Yeah, so what I should have done is not put the Squiddo on, and then cool people I could have distributed the pictures to for a favour. RSL, yes. The pictures weren't amazing because I didn't want to spend that much time on it because I'd already spent a lot of time. So I just did a little. So it was an evening as well, so it was still just a little shot in the evening, just with like clip, clip, done. But yeah, it's nuts. So they're a really big company, and so many people sell their things. And I saw a few. I think, my brain is dead. Netherlands people I like. They'd done it. I can't remember the Dunkeldorf people. Is it Netherlands? Yeah, the Dunkeldorfy people. I can't remember what their main shop is because my brain's dead. I noticed they'd taken a load of their photos. And obviously everyone's watermarked them because everyone's gone, Yep, I'm spending time doing this. Screw you, you ain't doing it as well. You'll get benefiting from it. Do you want some? You can have some of the photos. Carol says, is that Iron Maiden? Kind of. I'm Mando. A little crossover too cool things. Thank you, Mike. Does look good with the Squiddo logo. So yeah, it's I've wanted to stock Renedra for ages properly because I used to stock quite a few of their bits with Frostgrave, and like their packaging isn't labelled either. So the packaging's not labelled, and I knew I was going to have to fill in the gaps and do all the photos for the products. And obviously, it takes time, and the old time is money. So I had someone else doing it, but he's had the task for about a month, and is struggling. So I kind of just went, oh, I'm going to finish it off because I need to get it done. So I've already had to pay someone to do it to non-completion, and then spend a day of my life getting it done. And there's going to be more because there's more stuff I've got to photograph, which I would sort of thing I don't do anymore. I used to do it a lot when I stocked female minis because so many people just have either like no photos or really bad photos of their stuff. And it's like, well, I, as a retailer, well, not so much more. I'm a little bit of a retailer now, but before I was mainly a retailer. Like, I need to sell this stuff. If your pictures suck, I'm not going to sell it because it's just a tiny thing on some gravel. But I did get really fed up with that in the past when I had to do it. But I thought, okay, it's one-off. It's a one-off thing. Renedra, you get away with it this time. Mostly because I really want to stock all the bases because we don't do bases, so it makes sense. And then I hadn't realised how many buildings they do, and the buildings are lovely. So yeah, I kind of just went, you know what, I'm going to take the whole range. There's all different fences and bits like that. So if you don't know much about Renedra other than the bases, you should go check it out. They're all on the website. They've all got their own categories. Some don't have photos, but they will be having photos soon. But yeah, they do like some nice scattery bits. Things like the sandbags that I just couldn't do that cheap because again, it's plastic. So I really like the use of the plastic stuff with the bigger, like larger things that are cheap. And then obviously I know Squiddo Scenics is a lot more expensive than those. Still very well priced. But you can kind of mix them in then, so you get the bulk with the plastic and then add a sort of, flaming torches and candles and little bits of food piles around them just to make them pop. So yeah, I really like stuff. I don't mean to be slagging off Renedra. I'm just very, very forward. So, just going, oh my god, Renedra, what are you doing? I know. What are they doing? Why can't they just photograph it on a bit of paper? Why are the images so small? I don't know. So yeah, that took the whole day, but it meant that I was able to get away from my own brain and just stare and click whilst the television played endless episodes of Catfish. So that was fun. Oh, you're very sleepy. Good, doggy, your camera. There you go. I'm gonna follow you. Paparazzi always following you. Oh, thinking about that cat, aren't we? Yeah, just out there. I know. So what else? So I did Renedra yesterday. I keep plugging my TikTok because I love TikTok. Go on TikTok, it's the best. Screw the other social medias, it's well fun. So I've been making some ridiculous videos on there, though I have been posting them to things like the Facebook story and Instagram story, and occasionally onto Twitter as well. But if you're not on those, you're missing out. It's very fun. So I've been doing some of those. I had a little Renedra video yesterday when I was going, why? Why would they do that? Others where I've had to photograph them, at least Renedra they manufacture their own stuff. They're the plastic manufacturer that are kind of like, I'd say half, if not most, of the UK plastic people use. So like Perry, was it Perry? Originally Frostgrave. I don't know if they do anymore. Gripping Beast. All of those use Renedra. So they're the plastic people. The plastic people. But At least that's them using their services. There's other stuff where I've had to photograph sprues, and I know that each plastic box set costs you like 40 grand, to make. So they've spent 40 grand on this getting this made and not put a photograph of the sprue up. There's just like a tiny photograph of the box. And I'm just, I guess part of it's jealousy as well. And again, I'm always honest about if I'm jealous about stuff, as you will come to see very shortly. But it's just like, you have 40 grand. If I had 40 grand, I'd make sure the packaging was beautiful. The thumbnail, there were detailed labeled pictures of all the bits on the sprue. Why aren't you doing this? Obviously, as well, you spent that much money, you need to sell loads and loads. But wargames. That's one of my gripes previously about people that had very badly painted figures as well as their display figures. I'd kind of have to x-ray the mini. It's like, I know that sculptor costs like £700, but then you've painted it bad. What have I got? What's going on here? Gary, do you know anyone who makes mermen figures? Yes, Reaper do a bunch, but of smaller companies. What's it called? Dead Earth Games does one as well. Yeah, Carol, I was like, surely the first thing when you buy in a plastic box is you want to see the sprues. You're like, nah, they won't want to. Who knows? So that's what's been going on. I've got dinner. I'm also going to try and get a coffee, which I do actually have here. Got a Game of Thrones mug going on today. Coffee is coming. What have I got in there? What do we got in there? I know. She's not there. Looking for the kiddo. So looking at me reading the comments there. I had other fun stuff to talk about that wasn't just me being mental. I'm sure I did. Definitely did. I do. So if you're on social media or the BBC News today, you will notice an article going around about tabletop wargaming in Nottingham. And it starts off talking about Warhammer and Warlord and Mantic, and then what? Bad Squiddo at the bottom. So if you see this posted anywhere, one, go check it out. I was a little bit, well, I read it about 3 in the morning and I kind of went, oh, because I had obviously chatted for like half an hour or something. And all they kind of got out of me on the thing was, yeah, it sucks a bit and I'm jealous of Games Workshop. I'm like, oh, I had so many more interesting things. Because obviously, like, how has the pandemic affected you? So I've mentioned like how my old landlord had taken one of the grants that I was supposed to get, and I'd had to go to the council and all this sort of stuff, and still didn't get the grant either, by the way. And yeah, just talking about how if you've got a larger presence, then it's easier to continue to go doing well in the pandemic. Say like GW, they don't really have to advertise because they know people are going to buy their stuff. It's already built up. But when you're a small company, you can easily get lost in all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I've always said loads of interesting things, but yeah, it kind of come out as Bad Squiddo says, yeah, this sucks for me. And I know I've come to terms with that from quite early on, that I'm going to be the one that looks like stuff extra sucks for when it doesn't. It's just that I'm actually mentioning it. And I know the others in there, say like Warlord and Mantic, I'm sure they have been doing very well because they're of that larger threshold where they can. It's like there's a line somewhere, and if you're above the line, you've aced the pandemic. And if you're below it, it's really been difficult. So I did kind of hope that I'd get a bit more of that in there, but the exposure already has been excellent. So if you see that article anywhere, make sure to comment, woo, Bad Squiddo, we love Bad Squiddo, look, it's Annie from Bad Squiddo, just to give me a bit more, I like how much you love Bad Squiddo minis, all that sort of stuff. It all helps. Got to milk it as much as I can, and so that's really cool. It's really cool that they interviewed I don't know if they interviewed Games Workshop. I did skim looking for my bits, but they mentioned GW, Warlord, Mantic, and Bad Squiddo, and I'm like, yes, the 4 companies of the lead belt. So being included was amazing. So that's really, really cool. Got myself a nice picture in there as well of me going, ah. So that's really cool. But yeah, what I was saying before is that I talk about things when they suck, and that's kind of not what you're supposed to do as a business, because this is how like projecting success. You've always got to project success. So a lot of people, even when stuff's bad, will sort of be like, "Oh no!" And I think I mentioned it. One of the things that used to chuckle me at trade shows is, you'd kind of there'd be a mixture of people and other war game stands where they'd either be honest or just talking out their ass. So, and I get that maybe you don't want to say if you sold nothing, but it'd be kind of like, I'd say, "Oh, how's the day gone for you? It's been pretty quiet. The show's kind of sucked a little bit." And then some guy would be like, "I've made £20,000 today." And I'm like, but your stand doesn't even contain £20,000 of stock, and there's been like 100 people through the doors, so I know that you haven't. um, so yeah, because I'm honest, and because a lot of people will sort of like big things up or just not mention things, because there is a lot of psychology behind it. If you say things are particularly bad, then it's like it sometimes does sort of trail off, and people go, "Oh, they're not doing very well. Oh, they must be bad. Let's not buy from them." But I always try and frame it in a sort of positive spin anyway when stuff's a bit rough. Kind of, I hopefully don't just moan, basically. Oh my, apart from when I go, "Oh my arm," I don't moan, do I, Lola? No, you just dribbled down there. But yeah, it's always like, well, why are these things sucking extra for Annie but not for other companies? Like they do, because I check, or some of them that do to sort of tell me about it, or I'll just know. But yeah, they just don't talk about it again, which is fine. But it doesn't mean that I especially suck. Is what I'm trying to get to. It's that yeah. So when was it? Like the start of this year, there was like this blister pack shortage, and no one mentioned it. And they're like, "There's no blister packs. We all use the same supplier." Um, and yeah, just things like if there's been casting mess ups, which actually I've not had for like I don't even know how long since I've used my new caster. Okay, there's been the occasional thing. Somebody watching going, "What?" But yeah, anytime there's been a sort of an issue, I talk about it. Things don't go extra wrong for me. It's just other people don't mention it. I can guarantee every company has had issues with casts having a problem, sculpts needing to be redone, posts going missing, any of that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's just the downside of being honest. So it's like that article's basically like, "Everyone's doing amazing." That's Squiddo sucks. She does winning stuff anyway. They used my nice photos, so I need to speak to John Morris, because he sculpted and painted the Aethelflaed that's probably I can't pronounce anything. That's in the article, so he'll be happy. So that's it. Your claim to fame, though you didn't get credit. Still a claim to fame. Off the back of that article, I've been invited to be on Radio Nottingham on Monday. That is tomorrow. So they don't know exactly what time. They're going to call me between I think I said 7:20 and 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to do probably a 5 minute. So I've got to make sure I don't get distracted talking about something ridiculous. And I've got to cram as much as I can basically into a 5 minute advert for Bad Squiddo. You'll be able to listen online. It's something like bbc.com/Nottingham to put Nottingham Radio Listen Live on there. So get them radios on about 7 tomorrow. And yeah, you can listen to me talk about stuff that you already know, but see if I can cram it into 5 minutes. That's the game. See if I can get people interested. Because as I said, it's always reaching out of places. So even though I've got a little piece in that article, hopefully so many people will read it and go, "What? What? She specialises in female minis," and that's enough for them to then whack it into the search and have a little look. Daniel, don't go off top on 200 female soldiers of old. Hopefully, I will get to go on Radio Norwich with Alan Partridge. That would be terrible. That would all be terrible. Although very good. What else have I got for you apart from a dead arm and a sleepy doge? And I keep putting it lower and lower because she keeps going lower. Don't you, Lola? There you go. There you are. She's just the best girl ever. I move my arm though. Just look at Lola. Have Lola cam. Oh, there she's up. Oh, getting some loves. Yes, you do. Yes. Where did your other leg go? What? She's a tripod. Look at this. Oh, there's a little stump. Hmm? Do you good, don't you? She's the best. You are the best. I know. I brushed her lots yesterday, and I think I made about 4 dogs. Mm. So today, because I've obviously been very behind with the old miseries. Today I shall be doing a whole bunch of dog cuddles. But I'm going to be going through my messages, so emails, things like Facebook messages, which I haven't checked in a very long time, and just chilling with this doji and getting some emails done. So if you've been waiting on anything from me, hopefully I'll get back to you today on it. Yeah, if you missed the start, basically I've just been having some real big mental health struggles, and everything's just kind of piled up. Apart from orders are all on top. It's all the stuff you don't see that's sort of piled up. Oh, you know, I got your leg. I say I'm all right now, but I am having possibly the worst time that I've had in at least a couple years in terms of brain not working. So yeah, just bear with me. If anything if I go quiet on anything, I will get back to you always. No, she is a three-legged dog. Hassle-free. She is a three-legged dog. Look. What have we got there? Morning BBC Misery Goods. That's me. Do you have nice places to take Lola walks? No, she doesn't like other dogs. Despite being an absolute sweetheart, she's not a fan of the other dogs, so we don't, do we? They do. The owners take her out, but I don't know if I'm able to control her. She's a beast. She's a beast. A lovely beast, though. Aren't you a lovely beast? You are a lovely beast. But yeah, she's a three-legged deaf senior, aren't you? Which is very nice. So nice to hang out with, actually, in this little brain that I've got going on. Definitely a people sweetheart. What other news? I'm sure there's been other news. Oh, yeah. We'll go down here and have a little nap, I guess. Oh. Okay. Are you continuing to stock Renedra, or did you get a big bunch of stuff? I am continuing to stock it. It's not one of those cases where I've found like a back of the lorry stuff. Which does happen. No, I thought I was doing my usual distributor order. I went, I'm going to get some Renedra bases because I keep needing to add bases to the shop because we don't do them. And then just from going through it, I was like, oh, I'll add some of this too. Sod it, I'll add it all. So I've only got most of the stuff I've got, other than the 25mm rounds, I've kind of got about 2 of, just because I don't know how well each of the things are going to sell, so that's quite standard. You kind of just get 1 or 2 of something and see how it goes. So I don't know for some of the more obscure stuff, it's like baggage train bases and stuff like that. But if there's anything basically that I don't do, just give me a shout because I can just grab it. So North Star are the distributors, and I am like across the yard from North Star now, which is ace. So I didn't get the movement trays, but a lot of people mentioned them, so I think I'll add them to the website. I didn't realise people still used them. Of course I do. That would make sense. Okay there. Oh, over there now, is it? Got a thing on your eye. Come on. Okay. No, no, no. Good. There we go. There we go. Bit like goo. Movement trays are like gold dust. Oh. Oh, as a lifelong fantasy fan, I'm now deeply offended. It wouldn't it wouldn't be bad Squiddo live if I wasn't putting my foot in it somewhere though. So never like being super easy stressed and getting every notification from every app at once. It's like saying I feel frail and somebody suddenly shows up with a bofers. Yes. As always, if there's ever anything that you need from me or there's a question about an order or anything like that, email me because I'll get to it eventually. But messaging me on any of the social medias is generally bad because I'll never get back to you. Um, the second one that I will, because I'll eventually clear it, is maybe like the Facebook page messages. Sorry, I keep waking you up there. Oh no, I know. But yeah, generally, yeah. Boop. Boop. I don't know where I was going with that. So the Kickstarter, the metals for the second bunch, because there was the two waves of things. So the I just want to sleep now. A little nap from Lola. Actually, I totally am. What was I going? Metals Kickstarter. Yes, the Kickstarter. The metals have been going in, so the production molds are now finished for all those sort of stretch goals that were on the later wave of sculpts getting done. So they'll be getting cast next week. Hopefully by sort of the end of the month, I'll have at least a chunk of them that I can start sending out. So then the rest of those Kickstarters, because I'm now getting quite a few people going, "Where's my Kickstarter? I saw someone else get it a month ago." Like, yep, I knew this would happen, but it's still not going to stop me shipping them in waves because, again, I'd rather some people get them earlier. What else we got? I've got loads of brand new releases from Restore in stock, sat in the office. So I'm going to get some of those out. Maybe what was it? Oh, it was really the end of the month. So yeah, I'll try and get them out sort of for next Friday or something. I should probably we've got rats. We got rats. We've got rats and rat trash, but well, it's not rat trash. It's kind of street trash, but it's got like not really a sort of era attached to it. I keep looking at it and thinking of Stalingrad, but you can use it right up to right down to fantasy because it's just sort of like pots and things, but it's kind of broken up and on the street. And there's going to be a deal with where you can get that and some rats. They're Bristol rats, so of course they're ridiculous rather than just standard rats. There's some very funny rats. There's like one having a little like chomp, chomp, chomp. You're gonna get a little treat for being so good afterwards, aren't you? We got there. Yes, I know. Where was I at? Soviets. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, new releases. We've got a mine set. Yeah, a mine. Looks like a digging for crystals. It's got some crystals in it. A little mine cart, a little track. I'm gonna put that in a bundle with those what's it? Dungeon goblins, because I think that would be really cute. And genies. We have some genies. Which Amy at Warp Fiend is currently painting up. Oh, she's just put on Twitter. She's painted some more of my World War IIs. They look really nice. She's cool. Yeah, if you didn't know, Renege would do cobblestone and paved bases, which are really handy and cheap. So it's like that in betweeny if you don't want to pay for resin bases, but you want something that's kind of looks a bit different and is easy to sort of dry brush. Yeah. So yeah, I guess most of it. I'm to a good state today. Um, hmm, what else? Gauge how deep those bases are. Are they like 2p thick? Yeah, I'd say because I use them for a lot of the display figures. We generally sort of use 2p's and Renedras. They fit in pretty well. That's about it. What else? What am I doing next week? So I've been really struggling to get to work and to get out of bed, to be honest. It's really not been great. Um, and I did my little vlog on Twitter from where I got in last week, got the post out, then was not good and ended up having a floor nap. But what's it? Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get to work next week to try and sort of regularly start getting out of my sad pit would help. And just slowly catch up with a task at a time. Um, and yeah, that's about it. I'm just kind of a bit done with it. Not this, not Bad Squiddo. I'm done with feeling crappy because I got loads to do. The Kickstarter is probably the next Kickstarter is probably going to be by the time we get all of the other one out. It might be late September, early October. Um, but it does mean that the Fenris one, which will be soonish, it won't be at the same time. I messaged Ian and said, I messaged Fenris Ian and went, well, the bonus is that I won't nickel your customers by having my Kickstarter first. So you might sell some things. So go check out the Fenris Kickstarter. It's all Anthro animals and it's really cool. And I think it's all sculpted by Joe Snurg. And they're just really nice. A lot of them he's had for ages and just kind of needs to get into production. Some of it's new as well. Oh, it's all new to you, sort of thing. But they're really nice, so you should back that as well. And then save some cash after that. Like, don't feed your children for a bit. And disclaimer: please feed your children enough to keep them alive. And then, and then come back my fantasy Kickstarter. But yeah, we'll get all the World War II's out first. I'm kind of rushing around trying to get things. Oh, look, I'm going to brush you again. I like brushing. Look at all this. Look at that fluff. She's so cute. Right, I think that's it. I'm just kind of on rambling and slowly going flatter and flatter now. Keep on clean. What else? Nothing exciting. So listen to the Radio Nottingham tomorrow. Radio Nottingham between 7 and 8ish, and I will be on. Check out for that article going around about tabletop gaming and make sure to share it and comment in the bits about how Bad Squiddo is awesome with a cheeky link to Bad Squiddo, eh? As I get nearer. Still not out there. It's got a cat nemesis. It's a cat nemesis, isn't it? I'm just like crouching on the floor now. Hello. Yeah, go and promote Bad Squiddo. If you see anything anywhere, anytime online that's Bad Squiddo, just comment on it. Just go, yeah. Maybe a picture of some of your stuff. Because the lack of an Annie really, when I'm not good, the sales go down because I'm not there actively promoting. And you have to just constantly be sort of reminding people you exist. So that's one of the reasons, like spam social media. And when I'm not good, I can't be doing that. And then so I'm there in bed feeling sorry for myself, and then I'm like, I guess I'll go in and post some orders. Oh, there's 2 orders, great. So it kind of like fills itself around. So it really helps if you just kind of like, it's not like, I think I've said many times on things like Facebook where people go, where can I get really good shield maidens from? Like, say Bad Squiddo. Scrolling down, like, someone say Bad Squiddo. And thank you everyone who does that, because I see it all. I am going to go because I'm just sort of rambling away. I'm a bit more perky than I expected to be, which is good. Although, so I'm going to have a little nap with Lola and make another coffee, I think. And yes, I will be doing some emailies today. So thank you all. Give this a cheeky like. Sorry for abandoning you last Sunday, but I was dancing in a field, so I have no regrets. And oh, here we are. I've now got a handful of hair. How is all this hair coming from you? Look at that. That's all yours. So goodbye from me. Goodbye from Lola. Look at the best girl. You're the best girl. Yes. I'm gonna let you out now. I was not trusted whilst I was doing this to not go and hunt cat. Wasn't really hunting cat. The cat was on the fence doing the old cat stare and tail swish, being taunting. Like they do, like, come on, come and get me. You know that fuss now. Oh, right. Cheers for coming along. See you on the internet throughout. Goodbye. Thanks for all your support. You sent me some really nice messages, especially from that video earlier in the week. So yes, thank you. Bye. Bye.